Aloha and welcome to Cocojor Channel. I hope everyone is doing a great day. And today is Sunday the 27th. And so today is a very relaxing day, but it's also a day to prepare ourselves for the new moon that's coming up on March the 2nd. And so I'm going to be focusing on my next segment, which we'll go into details about it and give you what is coming up and what we need to do, because I just cleaned out my canvas over here to write down on how we can prepare for the new moon coming up in March. So February has been a very exciting month, and we really went in right in the timing of when there was a Mercury retrograde. And then there was also the New Year for the Chinese New Year. There's also the time where everything is just really starting to switch over to a different era. And right now we are going to be in March, where there's going to be a lot of water and earth energy. And I'm going to go more into details about that in that new moon segment. But really, this is a time when we clear out our canvas, start off with a new clean slate, and really write down, because March is all about Pisces energy. And Pisces energy is really, really strong with your creativity. And really just think of things that it's, like I said, for the next 18 years and how you want to go and feel it out. Because, you know, I keep on repeating myself in the last 2 years is because we had this opportunity that we never ever thought was ever going to happen in our lifetime. But it did. And it really gave all of us a wake-up call in how precious life is really about. And so really take the time, because 2022, when you have this water and earth energy, and especially in March, this is like really a time where you really can make what you manifest, like dreams do come true, believe it or not. But it takes really hard work, and that's why we have the earth energy, that you really need to start to set your foundation. And it's great to dream the dream, but you also have to make sure that you are into details and what it's all about, because it's all about the details that makes it a much smoother ride, right? Because before you go on a road trip or go on a trip, you make sure you pack up the necessity that's needed to go on your journey. And that's what it is. And the next, what is today, the 27th into the 2nd, pack up, start packing up your bag like you are going on a road trip, and really sit down and set your intention, what you really want to manifest, what you want in life. Because we spent so many time the last 2 years thinking about the opposite. You know, worrying about, am I going to die? Am I going to live? Am I going to get the corona? Am I going to get the shot? Am I not going to get the shot? What is the side effect? And it's never ending of those kind of poison things that really we just drank a dose or more of it. And so we need to move on and let things just happen, whatever's happening. And there is a earth crisis. And so when this earth crisis is, either you're going to be joining with all the earth crisis in this rumble and shake, like I just mentioned, that's going to be happening. Like I told you in the beginning of the month, there's going to be some crazy things that's going to start to move. And this was one of it. And The thing is that we really need to stay focused and very anchored, because, when things pass and it may take, all of a sudden World War II, out here in Hawaii, who would have known? Like, who would have known? My grandfather was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, was taken away, straight from his house, and calling him a spy. Before that, people were just watching him and thinking that, he can't be smart. He can't be opening up a hotel called the Kaimana Beach Hotel. It used to be his home. And yes, he had a lot of connection with Japan, because that's where he's from, but he was also a businessman. But they thought it was impossible. How can this hick know about business? And more so about international business, and more so opening up the Kaimana Beach Hotel right on the beach front. This is impossible, so he must be some kind of spy. So innocently, he was taken away into concentration camp, and he really just stood his ground and make sure that his people had their rights, their freedom. And it took a lot of gut for my grandfather to do that. And when you look back in history, it's like, wow, he was a big, huge 6-foot gentleman, and really had that power of, he's not going to take any crap of what's going on. And so, I probably have the same DNA, the same konjo as well. In Japanese we say konjo, the same gut, the same bravery of fighting for what you believe in. And, what is the truth and what are the lies? Because a lot of it were lies, and they're just assuming, because he works in a plantation field, that he must be an idiot. And I've gotten that so many times, because living out in LA and traveling around the world, you meet a lot of great people, but you also meet a lot of ignorant, rude people. I mean, it's like, are you serious? What is wrong with you? The things that just spit out of their mouth, and it's like, really? I mean, and the discrimination that you get and all these other things. But you know what? I don't even let it bother me. In fact, I tell them, like, really? And so these are the things that we get challenged. And especially here in Hawaii, there was all these huge diversity of challenges, and especially things that, I can go on, but this is not the History Channel. And so this is really something like exactly what's happening with Russia and Ukraine. That big, huge things, and it's really coincidence that those two presidents has the same name going back to the 9th century. 9th century. You can see that YouTube that I put it up. It's very, very interesting. And so, history repeats itself. And so therefore we need to be prepared on who we are, what we are, and what we're going to do. Because, just so lucky that my grandfather said he ain't going to be working as a plantation worker and being a slave out there for that. I'm going to make something out of it, where I'm going to bring Japanese business people into the hotel called Kaimana Beach Hotel. And he did it. Right after he got out of the war, out of the concentration camp during the war. And how would you like to have your two sons that was born in Hawaii fighting against the enemy while you captivate my grandfather? It was just a bizarre things that happened, So anyways, I'm not going to go there, because it's part of history, and I'm proud of my history. And I'm very proud to have that Yamato Damashi spirit. Is that samurai spirit of having that konjo, You know, having that to fight on, that no matter what happens in life, we still go forward. We still have that sense of, you know what, that happened, it is what it is, but don't get so deeply involved. Get deeply involved by really grounding yourself, setting your foundation so you can be prepared for the next 18 years that's coming up, and it's a great time to do that. So take the time, be very serious and be very conscious of what you write, because this is really a strong creative energy that will make you really, don't keep on dreaming and dreaming like, oh, I want $1 million. Like, you know, nowadays $1 million is nothing. I swear to God, look at all the houses. The medium price point home here in Hawaii is $1 million. It's crazy. And so this is what I'm saying, is that look at it in a very strong economic way, because there is a lot of people in the last 2 years that made a lot of money through Bitcoin. And so we're going to talk more about that, about financial and how the economic things are going to change. There is, I think, 9 countries, almost 10 countries that doesn't accept the Bitcoin. And so there is going to be a huge commodity thing, because that's also involving a lot of countries such as China, India, and Russia also don't want to have that Bitcoin into their system. And so stay tuned. I can't wait to explain it more in details, but this is just my live chit chat corner out here at Cocojor Sanctuary, and I look forward to seeing you on our next live. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more information, and most of all, aloha.